Hi, it's Terry and Rosalind again. This is going to be our actual first episode, and it couldn't be more timely. And the reason why I say that is because I leave the UK for Malaysia tomorrow. So this podcast is about, what do we do as a couple and how do we feel when we're going to be apart and how do we love each other apart, isn't it?
Yes, I'm reminded of Rumi's "Let there be spaces in your togetherness." There's going to be a lot of space in our togetherness and for a long period of time, perhaps about 6 months. And it's been a bit of a battle for me actually, because I'm going to miss you very much. And yeah, I also get a little bit nervous of having to do everything on my own, right? And just be a single mum for 6 months. But I remind myself that there are people in the past who've had much longer separation than us and for far worse reasons, really traumatic reasons. So I sort of try to keep things in perspective, and I also bring awareness to my thought processes. Those moments when I start going down that dark rabbit hole of, oh God, I'm not going to be able to cope, and the negatives, right? And whilst not denying them, because I think that's human, they are, some of them are real fears. Without denying those fears, I also remind myself of the silver lining. Actually, this is going to give me an opportunity to grow in a certain way, to be stronger in another way, to have a really close bond with our daughter. It's going to be just me and our daughter for 6 months or so. And all the good stuff that's going to just unfold. And at the end of the day, life only ever happens moment after moment, right? And you think of things as if they're happening all at once and they feel terribly overwhelming. But actually they never do. They only ever happen a bit like a carpet unfolding. It's only one thread or weave at a time, or perhaps how a carpet is woven, in fact. It's just one thread at a time. And that's always reassuring to me, because I'll be able to cope when it's one moment at a time.
Yeah, which brings me to this wonderful line that I always remember, that this is forcing me and most of us to live in the moment of now. Obviously tomorrow, when Rosalind drops me off at the station and I'm riding on the train towards Heathrow Airport, will be the most difficult time, because all the memories of the last 6 months floods in, and at the same time it makes me think about what's my future going to be like, being with my other family, my special needs son in Malaysia. And in my heart, it feels like it's being torn apart, because all these are people I love. But at the same time, it forces me to love myself, that I am the center of it all, not from a place of being arrogant, but more from the place of, if I have this love for my wife and my daughter, and I have for my son and my other children, then my heart just becomes bigger and bigger every time I do this. And it's such a wonderful feeling.
Yes, there's more people to love, right? Yes, I think that's really beautiful, darling. And you're strong too. So we've done this before, and we can do this again. And thinking back, we have grown so much from these experiences that keep us on separate continents on the other side of the world from each other on various occasions over the last 4 to 5 years, in fact. And yeah, it's a learning curve each time. But the wonderful learning curve that it is we're learning about ourselves. We're getting to know ourselves in new experiences and in challenges that perhaps we might have wanted to avoid. But actually, as we come out of our comfort zone, there's always something more beautiful about ourselves to know and to love. So there's not just more love for others or all of our big family that we are, but also for ourselves.
And I think this also leads me to another thought, which is lots of people out there, it may include you watching us, that you may be in a relationship and somebody you love very closely, but yet you feel very lonely, as if you're not there. And lots of people feel that way as well. And would love for you to give us a call, chat with us, and maybe something that we can share with you that opens your heart as well.
Yes, absolutely. Please do reach out if you are struggling in any way. We have many years' experience behind us of helping others as an intuitive healer and a spiritual awakening coach. We're right here, and my husband is a public speaker and
Motivational coach.
and a constant listener, which he's been doing a lot in the last few years with people coming to him with all kinds of problems and just sharing their problems and having a shoulder to cry on. So that is very much part of what we want to offer you. And yeah, just allow a little tip for today perhaps is just to take a deep breath into your own vulnerability. I have to do this myself on days when I feel a bit anxious, like pre-departure days, and yeah, just allow yourself to be truly vulnerable in all your humanness, because actually that's where the most exquisite treasures lie. When we relax into our vulnerability and we don't fight who we are, but we just go, actually, you know what, I'm feeling really vulnerable and a bit frightened right now. Actually, it's in those moments when there's enormous self-love, number one, and in self-love, the treasures pop up to the surface and you can know yourself in really beautiful glory, actually. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Mela.
Yeah, that's my work, the work that we love to do. We love you so much, and see you on the next video. Bye for now.